Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. His name is Mike Brenner. We're the Odds Couple. We come to you sportsbookreview.com.
Yeah.
This is the Odds Couple show for Thursday, December 29th. Of course, we are joined with our new regular guest, which is awesome, Jeff from BMOCwins.com. And yesterday we had another fairly successful day, although it would have been a lot more successful overall if I hadn't had two half-point losers.
I hate them half-point losers.
Yeah.
I had one USC. They were rolling the whole game and just collapsed in
But this is how college basketball works.
Yeah.
So, and it's also a lesson for why the half points do matter. Yeah. So, all right, let's throw the record up. Sure, what the hell we got? We got a massive.
I had North Carolina State yesterday. Sure took off for me. They covered that half pretty nicely.
That's one, and that's a good sign.
Like that one.
If your losers are by the half points and your winners are by margins, then
Yeah.
long term, that's a very good.
doubt.
You guys told me about Villanova. I didn't listen, though.
Yeah, they scare me with big spreads like that, man.
Yeah.
And I think that team might be a little overvalued right now. That's my opinion.
Although I
really
will
do.
say that I thought that because it was the start of Big East play, it might have been a little different. So I thought I wasn't going to hardcore try to talk you off of it. But yeah, it is true that.
You know what though? You better look at them next game. They might be a little bit pissed off because
exactly.
Jay Wright is not happy.
All right, so let's get into it. We got a huge slate of cards. Again, there's a bunch of a huge slate of games. Again, there's a bunch of plays that I'm thinking about. I have Mike Brenner. How many do you have for us?
Well, I've got four. Well, I've got 3 games. I'm going to have a total of 7 picks. But
holy crap! All right, well,
but a lot of them are in the same game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's knock the first game out for you. What do you like?
All right,
Mike
let's
Brenner?
do it. I'm telling you right now, pissed off team. Let's get Kentucky going.
Okay.
All right. Ain't too happy. I like it. I think they're going to just get it done. They're coming off a tough loss to Louisville, and when you lose to Louisville, because I think Louisville's another big time overrated team. All right, they're going to take it out on Ole Miss. Ole Miss, Mississippi. They're 3-5 against the spread at home. So I love it, Pistol Pete. Best shop line, first half, full game, baby.
All right. Well, this is. I'm pretty sure that Jeff from BMOC wins will say be a little bit careful here, but we'll see what he has to say in a second. The line was 11, or it opened at like 12 or something. Now it's gone down. So for Kentucky, we can give you 10.5 minus 102, and for the first half, let me just see. For the first half, it would be like 6 minus. 6 plus 100 because the line is headed down. I'm sure if we did this about 5 minutes later, we would give you even better lines on those. Jeff from BMOCwins.com. Obviously, this has a possible trap written all over it, right, Jeff?
Yeah, it does. But the problem with the Ole Miss here is last year they had a guy, Stephen Moody, who could take a game over and win it. They don't have that this year. I actually like Mike's play, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of this Ole Miss team. Particularly, look, I would like Kentucky to be at home here. Keep in mind, last year, one game decided by 3 points, the other one decided by 21. So kind of hard to go off it. I don't know. It's tough though because Ole Miss can definitely score the basketball, but defensively they have some more issues.
Right.
And also Calipari said he is not pleased whatsoever with the effort, and he wants to see it early and often. He said he's glad they're going on the road to fix their issues. Man, I'm all over this thing.
Wow, that might be really good, Mike Brenner. All right, so let's go to Jeff from BMOCwins.com. What's caught your eye from this card?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to ride with this team. I've actually seen some good things out of them, and I'm sure many haven't, but I think you should jump on this team because I think they're a sleeper. I'm going to go with Northern Kentucky today, -4 against Detroit.
Horrible team.
Yeah, not only a team I like to fade, but I like what I've seen out of Northern Kentucky. I've read a lot of blogs out of that area. This is a rich basketball. We know Kentucky, rich basketball tradition. No one knows a lot about Northern Kentucky, though. They've only recently come in at Division I, but they've been playing well. The community around there is excited around this team. I think when Horizon play starts, which is tonight, I think this is a sleeper team, to be honest. They're well coached. They have great guards that can handle press, transition, that kind of thing. They've actually played very well. They covered 7 of 9 this year, covered 4 of 5 on the road. Very good rebounding team. They can get on the glass, 41 a game, shooting at a high rate. And, guys, we've talked about Detroit. This team is horrible on defense, giving up 86 points a game. They also only average about 33 rebounds a game, so they're going to get owned on the glass in this game. I think Northern Kentucky, the thing about them is they've never tasted victory. They're seeing victory. They're starting to play well. They're starting to believe. They're doing team activities, all that sort of thing. I think it's a good team going forward. I think they're going to surprise a lot of teams in the horizon. And don't be surprised at the end of the year if the Northern Kentucky Norse somehow get into the tournament. Tonight, I think they get the job done against a bad defensively.
Yeah, I looked at that game. I completely agree with you on Northern Kentucky that long term, I'm looking for spots to bet on them. My only issue is that Detroit obviously was horrible for most of the year so far, but their last 2 games they turned it around a little bit.
Yeah, they
and
did turn a little bit.
I'm just thinking that this might be like the extremely poor man's version of the UCLA Oregon game that we saw yesterday, right? Because it's a start of conference play, and Detroit turned it around a little bit. They're a small home dog. It reminds me a little bit of that situation from a handicapping perspective, right, Jeff?
Yeah, it can, but I mean, this Detroit team, I've faded for a long time.
Sure,
I faded them last year. I faded them this year. They're just not very good. I mean, they have 2 wins on the year. One was against Adrian College. I don't know if that's Adrian from Rocky or what.
I think yo Adrian, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they're just not very good. I just don't really think they're much of a match. Northern Kentucky, as far as from other teams, they don't really have they can't really slip up in games. They have to come out and kind of give it their all. And their coach, they're off a loss against West Virginia. They were pretty humbled in that game, and I think they come out here refreshed and ready to go.
All right. Well, I'll go on the record. I completely agree with Jeff's overall analysis of Northern Kentucky. This game in particular makes me a little bit nervous, but -4, -106 is a line right now. All right. Now, I guess let me ask you about a couple of games that I'm looking at. Jeff, I'm sure these are 2 teams that you follow somewhat closely. One of them was, or no, I don't believe. Did you give us a pick with Oakland? But anyway, the Wright State-Oakland game seems to me like Wright State. Wright State is obviously Oakland, a quality team, no doubt about that. But Wright State is reasonably decent too, and they're getting 9.5. Is that a few too many points to be given them?
Yeah, Oakland for me though, Peter, at home, I'm not one to bet against them. I actually took them the other night against Georgia.
Nice.
Very nice
I had
win
Georgia.
for them.
Very nice.
Yeah,
nice.
They're really good at home.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shame that Kay Felder left and went to the NBA, because if he stayed around, this Oakland team would be a very good mid-major team. They already are. I'm just not a big fan of Wright State on the road, only shooting at 39.5%. I think Oakland, this is one of those games, they're going to be I think they're the best team in the horizon. I think they're going to come out here and play well. Last year also, Peter, you have to remember, Wright State knocked Oakland out of the Horizon League tournament. They're not going to forget that.
Yeah. There's a little revenge right there, baby.
Right. And Oakland's covered 4 or 5, and the only loss was that game last year.
Yeah.
I think Oakland wins by double digits.
All right. Okay. Well, then let's move on to one game that I think I definitely will give. This is another one that I think is a kind of team that Jeff kind of pays attention to. William & Mary and Old Dominion. I'm thinking that Old Dominion just kind of outclasses William & Mary this year, and I think I'm going to take them first half and full game at 6.5 and 3.5. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Jeff?
I'll tell you what, man. Old Dominion, really good defensively, giving up 52 points a game at home. They're one of those teams that want to slow it down, a lot like Charleston does in the same conference. William & Mary, same old story with them. They don't play any defense. They try to just outrun you here. This is going to be a battle of styles. I think Old Dominion wins it at home, though, as far as who's going to win that clash in styles. They're just so good defensively. It's really hard to score.
What's that line sitting
All right, well, I'm going to take the first half, which is 3.5 minus 105.
By the way, Peter,
yeah.
William & Mary has not won on the road this year.
Yeah, and they're not. Sometimes William & Mary does have a quality team that can be undervalued, but I don't think that's the case this year. Yeah. So I'm going to take the first half, and the full game is 6.5 minus 110. Appears to be headed up.
Still Pete.
All right, now let's go to Mike Brenner. What do you have for us?
I like Arkansas. We broke this game down yesterday, I think, with Jumpin' Joe Gavassi, Arkansas and Florida. I like it. All right, they lost 68-61 last year. They remember that. All right, they're now a more up-tempo offense, and I think that's going to confuse the type of defense that Florida's been playing, especially on the road. Arkansas at home. They've had 13 scoring runs of 10 points or more already in the first 12 games this year. That means that offense can just take off when it wants to. Pistol Pete, I need the best shot line. First half in the full game, baby.
It's kind of curious line win because it opened at Florida +1. Now it's down to Pick'em market wide. So that's good for you. Doesn't necessarily mean you're on the wrong side, but it does mean we can give you Pick'em minus 105, which is a bookmaker line. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm not super agreeing with you. It makes me a little bit nervous. Jeff from BMOCwins.com. You have anything to say about this one?
This is actually my other play. I'm actually on the other side.
Head-to-head, baby. Here we go, Dennis.
Head-to-head. Don't hurt yourselves, guys.
Don't hurt yourselves, guys.
This is a close game. I mean, obviously the line constitutes that. Mike, look at the point of Florida's won 3 in a row against Arkansas, and they've won 19 of 25 against Arkansas. They've not had a good number. You look at the fact that Florida, I mean, this is a sleeper team, I got to tell you. I think they are, particularly in the SEC. They have very narrow losses through very good teams. What's good about Florida this year is normally they're not very good offensively. This year they've been really good, particularly lately. 51% from the field. They've really, really gotten it done on the offensive end. Questions for Arkansas. the validity of how good they really are. I mean, if you can find a really good win on their schedule, I'd like to hear it. I think the fact that Florida's just kind of hung and played in tough games.
Yeah, much stronger schedule.
You have to add in the fact also, guys, that the road teams covered 4 or 5 in this series. And I don't know how important this is, but I think in the first game of conference play, it is important. Students don't come back to Arkansas until January 3rd. Guys, I know many will say, Arkansas. Last year, 78% of their students were from Arkansas. This year, a drastic decline. 57% of the Arkansas students are in-state. That means a lot of people going home for the holidays. I don't know how quick and good the crowd is tonight for Arkansas. Might be a little sparse, might be a lot of older timers. That's not going to constitute a crazy homes effect here. I think Florida comes in and gets the job done here.
All right,
I think it's a better team, and I think Arkansas is a little bit fraudish.
We'll give you the Greek line, which right now is +1, -110. Mike Brown, does that scare you off?
Not at all, because I don't think Florida is even a quality top 20. I mean, if they played anybody real like Kentucky or something, they would get beat down by 20 or more.
They did, and they hung around in all those
games. I know,
so.
but they're just, for me, I'm telling you, I think Arkansas remembers all those losses. I don't think it matters how many people are in the stands tonight. I think these players, because there ain't nobody traveling from Florida to go see this team. That's for damn sure. That backing of that crowd there, ever since Billy Donovan left, check out that stadium. You check out their arena every game. See how many empty seats are in there. No doubt about it. I'm definitely fine with Arkansas, and I'd be okay if it lost either.
Okay, big man, is that it for you?
Yep, that's it. I definitely will give out any leans you guys.
Right, yeah, I got a bunch of other things I'm thinking about. Mike Brenner, what else do you have for us?
One more, but with Butler, and I love it. I like Butler. I think they're going to get it done tonight, and I'm just going to make this real quick because I know we're running out of time.
Yeah.
I need the best shot line. Butler, first half, full game, baby.
All right, well, the full game will be 9 minus 106. A lot of points for it to go against a team that just blew out
Sure is, but look at the games before that. Chris Mullen, I just read another article. He goes, I can't figure this team out yet. That's great news.
And then the first half would be 5 minus 105. Jeff from BMOCWins.com, what do you think about that?
I will say I have a member play on that game. Keep in mind, St. John's lost to LIU Brooklyn.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly. And Syracuse is Syracuse. Come on, let's get real.
Right.
Shit.
They're not very good.
No, they're not even a top 40, not top 50 team. Syracuse isn't. Boeheim's way over his head.
Now, Mike, I think it's just you hate Jim Boeheim.
Right,
I do hate him. I'll be honest with you. I gotta. Sometimes I let my emotions get the best of me, big man. All right, my last one's a 3-team teaser. We can do the numbers later, but I'm going St. Mary's.
Okay.
Yep. Kentucky and Butler. I think the three of them bought down 6 points. Okay, it's going to be a 6-point teaser at Bet Online. Does that sound all right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and then I got a few others. Another game similar to the Oakland one. Evansville getting 9 at Illinois State. What do you think about that one? What do you think about that one, big man?
Evansville lost a lot last year for graduation. They've kind of had some, their schedule's been very cupcake-ish. I like the Missouri Valley. There's a couple teams I like, particularly Indiana State, Wichita State. I don't know. These teams are just kind of average to me.
Right.
I think they're better players on the board. Evansville could hang around. It might be similar to last night with Indiana State. Pretty good defense, Evansville. Always going to bring it. They're well coached. Yeah, I'm not really particularly in love with laying 9 or 10 points in the Missouri Valley.
Yeah. All right, and then there's 2 other games that I'm definitely going to give. One is I'm going to give San Diego plus 11 at minus 115 against San Francisco. I have a lot of. I just think it's too many points. And then the other one I'm going to give is where is that?
Where is it?
South Dakota over in Nebraska, Omaha. South Dakota just got blown out, but they've been a good team this year, and I think I'm going to take them -3, minus 109 at Pinnacle. Do you have anything to say about either of those, Jeff?
I really like that San Diego pick, Peter. You are on fire today. How about that?
Yes.
They have covered 5 of 7 as an underdog. I've seen San Francisco play. I'm not in love with this team at all. Faded them the other night against San Diego State. I'm not a fan of that. I like that play a lot, Peter. A lot of points there. As far as the other one in South Dakota, I don't know. I don't like betting against Omaha.
They're good. They're good. Yes, for sure.
But South Dakota off a 30-plus point loss against Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
They're good at home. They've covered 4 in a row at home, and they're 8-3 on the year. So. That's a tough one. I almost want to lean with the dog.
And then one final one I have to ask you about is Tennessee at Texas A&M. Feels like too many points, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
Does seem like too many points. I don't like Texas A&M a whole lot. They really laid an egg against Arizona a week or so ago.
Sure did.
I like what Tennessee's done. By the way, guys, they've been competitive in all their step-up games. They were right there against UNC. They had some. They're 4-1 as an underdog this year. I think that's too many points. That should be a 4.5, 5.
That's what I was thinking. 4.5.
You know what I'm going to do? I bet you 2 out of these 3 wins. I am going to give Wright State plus 9.5. I am going to give Evansville plus 9, and I am going to give Tennessee plus 8.5. There you go. And
he says, I bet you 2 out of 3 of these wins.
Hey, you had a great call last night with Wake Forest. I played that first half, and they collapsed in in the second half. Right now, guys, there are a lot of second half collapses going on.
Yeah, there sure is. You're right, big man. There really is.
First half, Mike and Pete, you're on to something.
And the final one I'll throw on is Quinnipiac +4 against Brown -110. And that's it. I think we can wrap it up.
Final
Big
one.
card.
Is there such a thing, Pistol
We gave a
Pete?
lot of picks. That's good. Great show once again, guys. And we'll be back very soon next week, Jeff. Thanks so much for joining us once again.
Thanks, big man. We appreciate you jumping in, buddy.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.